PlayStation.
We're back to this thing again. I haven't streamed in a while, and I probably should. Jellico! There's actually a shield with the Jellico symbol on it. I can't remember what it's called. But yes, we're finally back to part 2 of Dragonseeds, which for some strange reason on Twitch is 2 words when in game it's 1 word. Anyways, press start. When we last left our protagonist, the great and wonderful Moi, Dave had just evolved into a high-class Saurian who is walking around with a baby shield. Let's see. We'll do rank D. It's a fire beetle! Is it going to be the red one or the blue one? Probably the blue one. Keeping in mind that these are adults, so they're... It's blue. Where actual nuclear war begins. Of the planet Earth. So the cool thing is my dragon started off with frickin' more health, so even if I ran out of time, I would automatically win even if we didn't damage each other. Crap, he had the exact same idea I did. Except I'm stronger than you. Hey, little bastard. And dead. Poor Mr. Beetle. Or Mrs. Beetle. We shouldn't choose gender. We can't assume the gender of a beetle. Oh, this is gonna suck. Because remember, Storm is super effective against water types. I keep feeling that's the square button to progress with the text. This game's one of those weird ones. I gotta be careful because Neutras have a bad habit of using their frickin' supers a lot. Of the planet Earth. Whee! Don't you do it. I did it. Okay, do it one more time, Dave. Don't be taunting me. Use your lazy beam. No. Use your special. Stop being dumb. I know you want it, George. Come on. I'm gonna move back one of these times, and that's when he's gonna choose to use his last special. Not that he can actually do enough damage to prevent himself from losing. And special? Nope. planet Earth. Like I said in the last stream, this frickin' game has a killer frickin' soundtrack. And you can actually listen to it on YouTube. I do not think you can find the soundtrack on Spotify, which is actually a disservice to this game. Can you, like, not? I win! Yay! I like how this is considered a simulation strategy game. It's time to fight against the crab! Crab people, look like crab, taste like people. Oh, this is the red one. The funny thing is I think that's actually a squeaky hammer. There are some gag weapons in this game. Like, they're powerful, but they're also kind of derpy looking. In the planet Earth. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm not going to use my breath weapon. You use your breath weapon. Come on. Stop wasting my time. We're just going to melee each other to death. Imagine a crab looking at that looks like that frickin' sliding towards you. Oh, snap. Ah, oh, shnikes. Come on, I need you to use your special at least once. Come on. Thank you. Boing. For the planet Earth. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Last action that crab did, and it was a frickin' taunt. Like, why? Why did you taunt? $300. Okay, now I'm gonna frickin' try something real quick. Because it turns out that I only have one memory card that I can utilize with this. Fortunately, this game doesn't read off of the thing. Nope. Still not old enough. Okay. I was hoping that I would read my other memory card and be like, hey, you got some frickin' shit in here that we can utilize to generate a dragon. But anyways, save. Savage. Checking memory card. Do not hit. Whoops. Like, it says that the game will end, but the game actually doesn't end when it saves. I think that's a mistranslation. Let's see. I don't think the shop has anything cheap enough for me to use as an adult reflector. So I'm pretty sure everything's over 1,000. Actually, I lied. The cheapest one is Copper Guard. My anaconda one. keep that. Because we may have more babies. We may have more baby dragons. Now we gotta save real quick. Also, I don't know how long before my dragon evolves into its next stage. It takes a little bit. And how much money? I got enough to do Pablo's once. Because I believe 50 is the minimum. Because it's been a hot minute since they played this. Winged Saurians, yay! Like I said before, the dragons in here will always be the same tier that yours is. So if your dragon is an adult, their dragon will be an adult. That's a baseball bat and an anaconda. Which looks more like a wooden shield than something that came off a snake. Oh, that's something that I may have not mentioned. Their stats are going to be roughly the same as yours. So this guy is going to have a lot of high physical attack and not quite so good special attack, which is why I'm only reflecting for 9. It's purely due to the fact that my freaking special is shit. Because I don't use the special attack too much because of the fact that they can get reflected. Physical attacks can't. Like, sure, they can be evaded, but that doesn't do any damage to you. It just causes you to frickin' miss an attack. My helmet. Hey, evasion right there. Whoop. That did not work out well. I was hoping you would taunt there. Can I move forward? Neat. Look at that. I don't know why the proper victory music only plays when I'm in Pablo's. It's really weird like that. You have a good dragon. I think Pablo's is the intended way to actually earn money in this game, because, yeah. I only fought one battle. Let's fight Vixen. She uses a wasp. I need to change the name of that capture setting. Swish! Ooh, that was a crit. The most crits I've ever seen in a row is 2. I have seen a double crit before, which is when both dragons crit at the same time. Much explosive. Much damage, much out. I just killed the wasp! This isn't the first time, it won't be the last. Yeah, I'd imagine it wouldn't be. Okay, I'm gonna save again because it's always good to save in between these. Because remember, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build up money to buy some better equipment. Granted, I could technically do the next battle, and probably win it just as easily as anything else, but, yeah. I believe I can still enter an official. Yeah, it's because it's just at 3 right now. Because I use a 24-hour clock. Of the planet. Again, this is one of my favorite songs in this game. Come on. I need you to use your breath weapon. You got 6 of those. I need you to freaking spin them out. Watch, you won't use it the second time. No. Why didn't I just go with my gut and just stealth shield? Come on. Need you to use your breath weapon somewhere. Like, you're not required to completely kill the dragon, but for the planet Earth. See, now, had I not guarded there, then what would have happened is I would have lost. Because I would have taken enough damage to instantly end up with, whatchamacallit, with less HP. Now, round 2, yay! Round 2. Fight. Oh, balls. That's not going to start out well. Of the planet Earth. Oh, shit. Ow. Unless I can coax him into using his breath weapon multiple times. Come on. I need you to keep using your breath weapon. Yes. Lower your HP down. Okay, use your last one. It's not going to get deflected, but use your last one. Also, I probably mentioned this before, but if you interrupt a special, it does not actually consume the special, so don't even think that that's going to be a case. So yeah, specials only get consumed if the animation completes. Is basically what it amounts to. Roar. Yep, this is gonna be the rest of the fight. Because he doesn't want to move forward, and I don't want to move forward, so... Oops. There you go. Just like, screw it. Progression. Forward. Onward. It's a wasp. Yay. Wonder if this one will be the green one. There's more like a greenish blue. Nope, it was the yellow. We fought against one of these a few minutes ago. Come on, do it some more. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. And I should have anticipated that one too. And right back at you. Come on, a couple more hits. Come on, spit them out. Go tit tit. Come on, shoot me with your ice beam. I know you want it. No, we're not doing that. Thank you. Boop. All right. Come here, Buggy, Buggy, Buggy. Come here, Buggy, Buggy, Buggy. Just stay still and let me swat you. Oh, really? The only reason I'm using my breath weapon is I have no reason not to. Oh, the one time I switch it up is the one time it decides to be a cheap ass and frickin' swap. There you go. I think I was trying to guard there. But remember, your shield does not protect you against weapon swings. Not in this game. Corbo. I forgot that I named him Corbo. Pardon me. Actually, wait, back out of this. I want to frickin' get to 1,000 before I do more stuff there. Because the difficulty of those fights is not based on how much money you're betting. Or at least not from what I've noticed. Let's do the training again. You remember how to do this, right? Shoot, a little bit too soon. Just a little bit too soon. There we go. That's what we're looking for. See, I do know how to do that. Battle Arena. Looks like you won't get paid much in this rank. That's not true. You'll get 500 gold. Bees, not the bees! Yeah, I knew that was on. And back up one and shield. Come on. You can use your special for the rest of the match. Boing. Oh, I forgot you can actually dodge that too. Oh, snap noodles. I was worried that I may actually lose that one. Yeah, we're gonna play the coward's way. We're gonna frickin' back up. You gotta back up to move forward. Just so you know, Wasp, I'm not planning on using my special, so. Ha ha ha! Killed the bee. I can't remember if they have a win-loss death record in this game. I'll have to check that. I don't think they do. They do have a win-loss record, but I don't think it keeps track of how many kills you got. Also, theoretically, unless you let your dragon die, your win-loss record should be all wins. Like, you actually have to forfeit for it to count as a loss on a dragon's stats. Okay, back up shield. Oh. Zap. Ow. Bam, 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 bam. That was me thinking he was going to use a special. Shoot, I should have guarded. Oh, you smart ass. Would have sucked if that was a crit, because he could have potentially killed me. Oh, look at it. It's a Nutura. That means I'm going to have to frickin' deal with another frickin' weakness. before actual nuclear war begins. Special? Yeah, I knew that one was gonna happen. Come on. We're gonna keep using specials today. Oh no, that's definitely not good. Oh shite. Like, it is possible to draw in this game, but it's really difficult. Oh, schnickies. Alright. Back off. Let's see if he does the double approach. Like, I'm guaranteed to win now, but that was really freaking close. There you go. That would have sucked, to be honest, had I freaking lost there. Guess that last one was close. Unfortunately, I have no way of increasing his HP outside of just resting for an extended period. Also, speaking of resting, you can't actually select 3 hours when you are when you're here, and it's at 2100. You have to sleep until next day. Oh, well, it looks like my dragon's going to be digivolving. So, yeah. Digimon, Digital Officers, Digimon are the champions. And that is a senior dragon. Doesn't look much different than he was before, except that he's purple. This is where it starts becoming a problem. Because from here, a dragon can go into one of 3 stages. They can become old, which means they're going to die. They can become mutant, or they can become the super dragon, which is what I want to aim for. Now, if I get a mutant, that's fine. I can still use him. If he gets old, his stats go to shit. Now, if he goes super, then that's great, because then we can do cool shit. But this also means I need to buy new equipment. Which means I need to build up more fundage. Actually, I can just do her for right now, just due to the fact that I have exactly 1,000. Then I can, like, double, triple, quadruple my money with each successive fight. So yeah, this is the adult for the other Saurian, the senior for the other Saurian. So yeah, this is the one for the blue Saurian instead of the red one. I am currently losing. That is no bueno. You won, yes you did. Killed that guy, and his name is Frank. Frank. Now we have no money to eat. Then why were you fricking gambling it? That's my question. Then go come again. Saving game data. I might as well check to see what's available. I'm not going to buy anything yet. So yeah, large weapons. These are used by anything that's older than adult. So all the remaining stages will use these weapons. So we don't need to buy new ones. As you can tell, they're very expensive comparative to the previous ones. Oh, neat. That's actually the best baby weapon. I can't buy it, but it's good to know that it's here. Well, I can buy it, but I want to save money for that. Actually, no, screw it. I'll buy it. No. That'd be silly. It's like I wasn't going to, but screw it. I'll postpone the dupling of fundage. One medal. Endra. This will be the Endra for you. Ah, yes. I can't remember if this is the base winged Saurian or if it's the alternative winged. It's one of the two. That dragon's a little bit too close to me. An exchange of blows. My problem is I'll lose money here if I freaking don't win this fight. I need to back up. So I'm pretty sure that if he hits me twice, it's gonna hurt. Actually, probably once, now that I think about it. Because you can actually lose your dragon here. Your dragon can't die. So definitely not something that you want to have happen. Also, that's what happens if you try to use your breath weapon and you totally forget that you don't have any. You win, yay! Even though I had to use cheap tactics to do it. No, you are lucky. You're lucky I wasn't able to kill your frickin' dragon because we got a little bit too close for comfort. Let's go to the apartment complex. Save the game, because why the heck not? Also, time doesn't progress when you're at your rest thing. I mentioned that last time, but bears just repeating. Keeping in mind that it's been like a few weeks. Select your opponent. You will never defeat me, says the girl I've defeated. Aw, yeah, really? You evade the last frickin' hit? I didn't even play any music there. Yes, it is your fate. You have died. Congratulations. Your dragon is gone. And it's all your fault, Betty Lou. Rest until the next day. Because I'm going to save my game again. Boop, boop, boop. Bam, 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 bam. Whoops, not 5. I'm not at the point where we can do 5,000. So yeah, Yellow Wasp apparently now has a satellite dish for a butt. really don't want it to be a draw. Come on. There we go. As cool as it would be to actually see what a draw looks like in this game, because I've only seen it like 3 times. I killed the bee. I'm gonna save my game again, 'cause I don't want to lose my dragon from all this gambling. Because once you start building up some fundage, you can buy all the cool stuff. Also, I've mentioned this before, but the weapons that you see in a junk shop are all large weapons in classification, so you can only use them on senior or higher dragons. Listen, Bunk, ain't nobody gonna beat me. Says the guy with the alien robot dragon. Back up because he managed to do enough damage to get me 1 point away from having it be a draw. Come on, you stupid piece of crap. You need to move forward so I can smack you. I don't want to use my special weapon because I'm pretty sure he's just going to deflect it on me. The last thing I need is to somehow drop my HP to be lower than his. Ooh, that was close. Good thing he didn't crit there, because that would have been a reset. That's why you save. My baby's hurt! Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you decided to put him up to a fight. Take care of your kids and love your family. Unless your family's full of jerks, then don't love them. Screw them. Not to be taken literally unless you're from Alabama or something like that. It's a wasp. It's a waspy. It's a waspy. It's a waspy. Got a sting. Got a sting. Doo-doo. Got a sting. Got a sting. Come on, shoot me with your satellite dish, Ray. Thank you. Boink. I'm still losing. I'm still losing this match. Gotta smack this bee one more time. Bee doesn't wanna cooperate. Ouch. Now I gotta back up. Come here, bee. Just like in real life, run away from the wasp. It's a queen wasp. I killed her with a crit. Yeah, crit hits. Always the best. Alright. Now that we got over $20,000, we can actually start doing shit. Now, can't we? Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to buy the strongest weapon, which is the Tandem Chris. Now we need that. Let's see, can we get a decent reflector? The Morbid is my favorite because it looks cool. And it also has 120% reflect. Now, in case you're watching this and have forgotten, the reflect percentage is how much the damage amount is reflected back. So if a breath weapon did 10 damage to your dragon, if it were to hit you, when it gets reflected, it would do 12 damage back to the enemy. So it actually increases the damage amount. This can be modified by stuff from the junk shop if he has polish, which he does not. Now this, if you're into using your special weapon, this is the item that you use for that. Keep in mind that there is a cap. I believe the cap is like 9, but I've never actually maxed out. Also, Fire Jewel increases your special if you're a fire type. My dragon is not, so that would be completely useless. I believe it pulls up a message that says, hey, this is not going to help your dragon at all if you want it. So I'm going to save my game, and then we're going to go back to the junk shop one more time. Technically, I should be ready to do stuff with the adult. I can potentially complete the adult championship. I am actually going to do one more thing before we do anything. He's got something for me. Fire Jewel or Speed Weed. I can never decline Speed Weed because it's fun to say Speed Weed. Let's see. Memory Forest. Can I do anything here yet? Okay, it says it doesn't allow me to freaking catch dragons. I am going to do something real quick. Shoot. Because you're supposed to be able to catch dragons at this point, I'm pretty sure. Unless it's based on your tournament rank. Here we go. Capturing dragons. Apparently you can only do it once you get a dragon that's senior. These dragons are based on what's on your memory card. Now you'll notice that they have WDC and a number. These dragons are basically, as you can tell, they come with their own equipment. So what most people do, or at least what I do, is I'll capture the dragon, quote unquote. And you can capture as many of them as you want. Also, this is the 2 variants of the spirit dragon. What I want is I want one of the special dragons to show up. This is one. How you can tell it's a special dragon is because of the fact that it says that its name is Stamina and not WDC blah blah blah. What's also cool is I think this is actually a super stage dragon, which I didn't think actually was a thing. But yeah, let's check out these dragons real quick. And by that I mean let's steal their equipment and then release them, because that's what I do. I probably won't do that with whatchamacallit. Let's see. Yes. Because you can actually remove dragon equipment. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I know what I need to do for this. You can't actually remove the equipment. You have to swap it out for something. So what you do is you go to here. And you buy a knife. And sell the equipment. It seems kind of mean to do this, but it's another way you can make money. I'll probably keep Stamina, just because of the type of dragon he is. Also, you have to have a dragon on you in order to catch dragons, as you can tell. What happened, the dragon got released into the wild. As an aside note, I'm only going to do this on stream once. I'm not actually going to do this like every single session. Also, I believe... Yeah, it just says Wild Dragon. It doesn't specify what stage it is. Also, I should mention that you can't use Wild Dragons in official tournaments. You can use them for Pablos, but you can't use them for regular tournaments. No, I will actually keep that. Don't know why I just don't work and push the correct button. Yes, I think that's called the Shaman. Also, the only way to change the dragons that you can capture is by changing the data in your memory card. What happened to the dragon? I ate him. Okay. Now I'm going to store this guy after I swap out his weapons, but I'm not going to store him in the same cell. I'm going to do it on the other side. Because I'm pretty sure that this guy is actually a, what you call it? Hunting axe in the Morai. I actually cannot remember if that shield that he's using is actually better than the one I currently have. These dragons do not come with weapons that have been powered up in any way. So you're not going to find a dragon with like a fully sharpened weapon and a fully set up reflector. You also won't find a dragon that comes with any special weapons. So none of the ones from the junk shop. However, that shouldn't stop you from buying the ones from the junk shop if you find it. Clone Lab. There you go. It's also a really cheap way to get new equipment for your dragon if you somehow can't afford it. Now, that is slightly weaker than what I got. How about this? This has less reflect, but more points to deflect. I think I'll actually keep with what I got right now. I believe if you were to polish the other shield, it would get it up to 115%. So it's a good alternative for the Maori that I have. What good are you, Pablo? Or not Pablo. Asuka, whatever your name is. You're supposed to have good shit for me. Yeah. Aha! 7 stars. Yes, please. No, we'll keep that. Yeah. You never come to visit him anymore. It's like, well, maybe if you had something. What you got? Beast Guard. It's literally a slightly heavier upgrade to what I currently have. I actually want to keep that. I'm slightly disappointed. I was hoping that he'd have a weapon, but that shield isn't too bad. I don't usually get the reflectors very often. Jesus. Get along with your dragon. Don't push it too hard. Okay. One more check here. Let's see if he has anything good. File. Increases attack power. Ironweed. Increases strength. Well, oh no, it increases muscle. I'm always getting those confused. There's muscle weed too. I just can't remember what it's called. It might actually be just called muscleweed. Although 20 points in HP is... Oop, I forgot. I gotta put my memory card back in the slot one. I really need to buy a second PS1 memory card. Because I lost mine a while back. The one I'm using is a newer one anyways. Let's see. What time is it? It is 6 o'clock in the morning. I saw some really powerful dragons yesterday. You can win easily. Yeah, if I don't get fucked up. Also, I think the HP cap is 999. I've never actually hit it, though. I think I've gotten like 600 something. It's the highest I've gotten. Really? You're gonna sit there with 1 HP. Come on. That's right. Come to daddy. There we go. Also, that music that started playing, as I've mentioned before, is the draw music. You won't hear that very often in normal gameplay, but this disc is messed up, so it chooses a random song, apparently. This is the Winged Saurian's adult stage when it's the red one. Also, that golden one from earlier that had the one eye is definitely the blue senior, because the blue one has like a single eyeball when it grows up. It becomes really weird. Interestingly enough, the super form is the same regardless of what color. We'll be seeing one of those later. Depending on how long I decide to play this. Then I gotta upload this to YouTube. Completely unedited, because screw that noise. Editing is for people that actually care. Or for people that make enough money to afford having an editor. Because I can't be arsed. I don't have the time or the patience for that. So all these streams are raw and unedited. Welcome to the world of YouTube. I get no benefit out of editing my videos. So enjoy watching my videos completely raw and uncut. Zappy zappy. Ooh, that would have hurt. That would have hurt too. Oh no, 15 damage. The good news is that you can continue to do the older cups, just not with the same dragon. To do the older cups, you actually need a new dragon that actually qualifies for those. Also, it is possible to have a baby doing the adult battles. It's awkward, but you can do it. I'm pretty sure you could have a baby dragon that does any of these, if you really pushed it. not the other way. Gotta be more careful. I may have over 400 HP, but still. I don't want to work hard on my dragon's strength. A dragon needs more HP is what it needs. Junk shop. Pablo. Not Pablo. Congratulations on being a champion. Get the fuck out. Also, one thing I should mention, Viger Herb, that's what it is. He's actually the one that buys your extra trophies if you have a lot of different ones. Wisdom increased by 5. A little bit wiser, a little bit smarter, a little bit wondering why. I need polish. Give me some polish, Pablo. Well, I'll take the wisdom. You're tired? All you do is stand around with a wrench all day. Do you even do anything here? Now, the Ice Jewel is the same thing as the Fire Jewel, except it's for frickin' ice specials. Since my dragon is an ice dragon, it's like, woo! I got an offer you can't refuse. Apparently, you want me to frickin' get a frickin' special dragon. Imagine if this game actually had voice acting. I'll do it one more time. Good to see you. Get the fuck out. You don't want my autograph. You want the autograph of my goddamn dragon. Oh, bloody frickin' hell. This is not quite the best shield for babies, but I will grab it. Yeah, there's a shaman. Remember, don't squeeze the shaman. Come again, me lads and lassies. The funny thing is, I think it actually prevents me from getting an item from him because it switched over to a different day. I'll check anyways. Ooh, Dream Blade, Storm Dragon. It's a storm attribute. I'll keep that. That's good. That is a special weapon. It does additional damage to water dragons. At least that's what I believe. Someone's going to be like, on YouTube, they're going to be like, oh, that's not what it actually does. It actually does this. It's like, well, as long as you're freaking putting it down nicely and not being a dick about it, okay, thanks. I appreciate the information. Aha, good to see you. Get the fuck out of my shop. Well, I guess we're gonna do the battle arena. Yes. I won't get paid much, but I'm not trying to frickin' get paid much. I'm trying to make sure I do every single cup at least once so that people can actually see the full game. Although most of this stuff is just gonna be rinse and repeat. This whole game is pretty much rinse and repeat. I play it mostly because I think the dragons are cool. Some of them hit more than others. Probably what I want to do, not probably, probably what's going to happen. I keep saying probably. Most likely, what I want to end up doing is do individual run-throughs of each dragon type. Not each color, but each dragon type. So that people can actually see at least one of each dragon going through the game. That's assuming I get motivated enough to do it. So, later on, when I upload this to YouTube, if people actually want me to do that, and enough people want me to do that, I will have more motivation to do it. But until then, I'm just going to do this whenever I feel like it. Also, you get to see the two different versions of the adult surrogate anyways. Because that's a senior, and the one I'm using is a senior. So, yeah, that was the blue senior dragon. I don't recall when this music plays. Because that's a new one for me. Now we get to see an adult crab. Probably the blue one. But it could be the red one. It could always be the red one. Yeah, this is the red one. He's all spiky now. Because we saw the red crab earlier as an adult. The senior one obviously has more spikes and is definitely more red. Still not quite as crab-like as you would think. Also, I believe this is the point where you can start seeing evil dragons in the actual tournament. Hey, 333. Also, as I mentioned before, using the specials at close range is not practical. Final round. Round 8. Hey, look, it's got a jetpack. Can you fly real high with your jetpack on, Mr. Nutura? No. I miss the taunts for the baby Nuturas because they go, yai, yai. Actually, I think that's a crustacean. Is another one. Yay, win rare is me. Let's see what you got. Ooh, a file. That'd be nice. Ooh, and you even have polish too. Nice. This is actually perfect because it maxes out the ability for both the sword and the shield. Reflection up by 12. That is nice. Very, very, very nice. I am slowly running out of funds. Get along with your dragon. Don't push it too hard. I'm gonna save my game. I'm gonna save, 'cause that's what I want to do. Do 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 do. Also, if I go to the training center, the cost is going to be like 250 or something like that, because it goes up proportionally to your dragon type. Alright. I'll support you all throughout these battles. You won't get paid much in this rank. Are you sure? I don't want to do a duck. Quack, 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 quack. How did I know that was going to happen? Now that I think about it, the Jellicoe shield I mentioned earlier is actually from the junk shop. Ouch. Ouch. That's okay, that's fine. Come a little closer. Closer and burn. You have lost the match. can't remember if this is a mutant dragon or if it's just the opposing variation of the second version of this. I'm assuming that it's just the variation, considering these are all supposed to be senior dragons. I think the next set of tournaments actually will have mutants, and near the end you start seeing super dragons, but it's mostly mutants and seniors. This guy kind of looks like a really funky beholder. Really? 1 HP? There we go. We're starting to get the ball rolling quite a bit now. Let's see. Nothing that I get lost. Well, screw you. Let's see. Part of me wants to frickin' do Pablo's again. I did a lot of that earlier. C rank. Wahi wahi. Wahi wahi. So this guy's using the morbid. Or whatever the Maui. It's one of the two. Shield that I had earlier. Before I got this one. Okay, now you're just getting us too close to frickin' Polymatic here. Come on, start using your stupid special, which I know is gonna happen. Come on. One of us is gonna have to start using specials, but it's not going to be me. There we go. Use your special again so I can freaking reflect it. Come on. No, that's a taunt. Come on. We're gonna lose to a crab. Unless he starts using his freaking special when I want him to. Come on. Use your damn specials. Come on. Caesar. Salad. Thank you. Balls. Also, I would like to remind everyone that if you lose a match, doesn't matter where you are in the tournament, you get no money, and it automatically ends your battles. You win! Yay! Round 2 versus a blue wasp. Or a yellow wasp, or a green wasp. Might be pink. Oh, this is technically the blue one. Unlike the other version, which puts on a satellite dish, this one puts on a fucking cannon. Freaking mortar launcher. Swing! Come on, go after me a few more times. Get them out. Get them out of your butt. I'm not gonna move towards you. Move towards me. And I will hit you with your own reflection. Now he's gonna start melee. Caesar. Salad. I don't think he can do enough damage to actually get me down low enough to freaking cause me to lose, but I'm still a little sus. But there we go. Final round. Wingsaurian, Storm type. Also, there is a reflector that has 9 reflect that you can do, but it's one of the junk shop weapons. I'm pretty sure. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Ooh. Dodged it. Also, I don't immediately recognize the sword. It might have been the one that I was using earlier, to be honest. And you can have that back. And you can have that back, too. Would you like to try again? Yeah, have that. You know what they say, 4th time's the charm? No? Coming? I decided to guard in melee range. That wasn't a close battle. I was doing perfectly fine. Let's check out the junk shop. Take a close look at what I have and buy it. Speedweed! I won't buy the breath up because I have no need for it. Because I don't use my breath weapons that much. Do 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 do. What do you actually have? There's the 7 stars. I already have that. Let's see. Yeah, the Maori is the white one. I'll buy that because that's a better shield than what I currently have. What I currently have for the babies. You've got a sale. What you got for sale, buddy? Ow. Some Fire Herb. To increase my attack power. And some Speed Weed. You can check out my baby stats real quick. See, the speed is the reason why he's evading so much. And you can see that due to his really low special, he ain't going to be doing crap with that. Oh, there is one loss. How did I lose? Oh, that's right, because I did forfeit one time. Oh, it does keep track of the kills. How did I not notice that? Nice. Evasion, 31 points. Do 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 do. Also, there is a chance that I'm going to have to save Scum for the next evolution because I don't want him to get old and I don't necessarily want him to be a mutant. I will show off the mutant, but I won't actually keep the mutant because I really don't want to. The super dragons are the cool ones, with the exception of the evil dragon. The evil dragon's the only exception. Well, the super's still cool, but the mutant actually is kind of neat too. What it actually is, what it sounds like, are two different things. Because I always think it's a giant bell, but it's not. It's actually a cage. Not even sure if there's anything inside the cage. We'll be doing evil dragons after I get done with this guy. If I decide to continue it. Boop. Okay, let's back up a little bit and guard in case he decides to do his little thing. Come on. Keep using your breath weapon. Keep using your special. It's like we're just bowing at each other. Ooh, there you go. There's a double crit. You don't see those very often. Caesar. Salad. Yeah, that's not good either. Oops. I barely won that one, Jesus. This battle went a lot more smoothly than the previous one. There we go. Just crit him right in the face. Don't need to train my dragon harder. Stop acting like as if I sucked. Storm Rock. Can't do anything here. Yeah, I figured that I wouldn't do anything. Do 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 wah wah wah. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. All right. Let's see if we can do the A rank. This will be cutting it real close, though. Do 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 do. Aha! Come on, do it one more time so I can kill you with your own special. Come on, do it. Do it. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Should have figured that. Yeah, should have figured that too. Boop. 118 damage on that reflection. That would have fucking hurt. Because remember, I do about 130 something percent, 132% of the damage. So, yeah, that would have hurt. That would have killed my dragon. And then I would be resetting. Also, this, I believe, is a mutant dragon for the winged Saurians. So this is actually the first time you see a mutant dragon. And then you start seeing them more in the next set of battles. Which is intended for older dragons. Come on. Use your last two specials so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Thank you. Boing. Oh, I did exact damage that time. Neat. Spirit A. This would be the bull one, I think. Well, it might just be saying that's a mutant. Yeah, this is another mutant dragon. That's what's saying. So Spirit B would be super dragon. Yeah, when it comes to mutant dragons, there's only one for the species. So it doesn't matter which one you start with, you will always get this one if you're gonna get a mutant. So some of these dragons I can literally skip over if I really wanted to. Like 67, no. I've only got 4 more of those freaking shots left. 3 more of those shots left. Boink. Right back at you. Come on, I need you to use your special weapon again. Come on. You got 2 shots of it left. Don't be dumb. Should have just stuck with my game plan of just guarding twice. Oh, there we go. You got money! Yay! Congratulations! Now that you've won this tournament, you can go on to the next tournament! But remember, all tournaments are won and lost by getting good rest, eating well, and sleeping with plenty of women. Whoops, sorry, scratch that last one. Okay, let's go and save this game. This guy might actually evolve a second time during this stream. I can't remember what age they typically evolve at. I think there's a point where if they get too old, they just get old. Pablo's. Not Pablo's, junk shop. What was your name again? Isuka. Destroy. I have nothing for you. Go away. Wisdom seed. Muscle herb. $501 HP. 20% off. 20% off everything in the store. Alright, I think this is a mutant wasp dragon. Also, the final battles of this game are not done in sets of 3, they're sets of 1. So yeah, mutant wasp dragon is a snail. Also, really cool music here. Also, I think that's actually the ice special weapon that you can get from the junk shop. These are the only battles in which the junk weapons will show up. Also, I will point out that a old dragon is the same as a senior dragon. It just shows that they're at the end of their lifespan. So you're not going to see any difference if my dragon went old. Been getting him to use his last two breath weapons. Have me get deflected. Also, you can see some of the dragons in the background. On the walls. You can see the evil dragon and the spirit dragon. As well as, I think, one other dragon. That I can't quite identify. So yeah, see? The WDC championships are literally just one-on-one battles. So you do it, you fight, you win, you get money. Oh, snap! Anyways, I'm going to save the game because I don't think it's locked in until after the time passes. So we're going to see if we can't get ourselves something special. Let's see. Next day. Are you evolved? Nope. You are still a cocoon. And it became old. Okay. We're going to reset that because we don't want an old dragon. Schwang. So yeah. This would probably be the only bit I'd cut out is doing the reset and everything. And I don't know why it wants me to go into the browser and frickin'... Hey look, I only got one memory card. There we go. Don't know why it doesn't just load it. Technical problems. We're gonna see if we can get this dragon to be something special. This might take a bit. Because if it's old, then that means that it's not going to live for very much longer. It's going to suck. Okay, come on. Since we know it takes 2 days for it to transform, what did it turn into? Another old one. Hey, we're going to keep doing this until we get the correct dragon that I'm after. Like I said, save scumming is fun. Why don't you load right away? Don't know why it doesn't just instantly load the thing. I'm gonna be extremely disappointed if it just keeps being old. I don't want it to be an old dragon. I want it to be a cool dragon. Because if an old dragon dies, it takes whatever it's equipped with it. Come on. Something different. There we go. That's what we're looking for. This is a super dragon. All super dragons are humanoid in form. Which is why Stamina is so unique. Because Stamina is a humanoid dragon. All super dragons will have a humanoid style form. So yeah, the mutant looks a little different. I can't remember what it looks like. I was hoping either a mutant or a super dragon. If it was a mutant, I'd show it off and then be like, this is what a mutant is, so I'm going to reset, blah, blah, blah. But since we got the super on the third try, we're going to save that. These dragons are a little bit more expensive to train. I think they're like 500 or something to train. They do gain stats through training and through battle, just like a regular dragon. But they get a stat boost when, I believe, when they evolve into this stage. Yeah, because his muscle is like 700 something before he evolved. Also, at this point, wisdom is completely and totally irrelevant. And this dragon cannot die unless it's in combat. So outside of that, this dragon has no more evolution stages. There's nothing that can happen to the dragon to kill it outside of battle. Mutant dragons, they will cocoon one more time and become old. But other than that, that's pretty much how that works. So yeah, we're going to finish off the Saurian set, and then we're going to do an evil dragon, but it probably won't be in this session. I'll probably complete the WDC and then start, oh, speaking of Saurian mutants, do evil on the next run. I'll actually show generating it first. So yeah, this is the mutant Saurian dragon. Yes, it's levitating. Ironically, it has exactly this, almost exactly the same gear that I got, I think. Yep. The only difference is the, actually, I think that, no, it is a different shield. Looks similar. We have Mutant Saurian versus the Super version. Also, in case you didn't notice, yes, it does have 3 heads. And yes, it is shooting its breath weapon out of its ass. Effectively. But yeah, like I said, all super dragons are humanoid. Oh, I lied. Apparently, you can get more than 9. I thought 9 was the cap. Might be 10. It might just be 10. Or it could go even higher than that. It could be 99. But who the hell would spend the time to get 99 breath weapon? Oh shit. Because I know that the reflectors don't go up that high, because you can't increase the number of reflections. So yeah, 2 more battles to go. I think. Yeah, because the next rank is 2, and then there's 1. And then there is the championship fight, so it's really 3 fights that are left. The last fight, if people have seen the first part, is against that same guy. So the guy that killed your dragon at the beginning because he's an a-hole. Yeah. Also, here's the current collection of stuff. You'll notice that there's no trophy for the WDC. Well, that's because there is, but there's only one. And that's if you become the champion. And the cool thing is, when you become a champion, you can continue to do fights, but they're considered defense matches. And here's the fun thing. If you lose a WDC championship, like if you have a challenger and they beat you, you will actually fight them again when you go to the WDC to reclaim your title. So you can't actually reclaim them against that same NPC, which is kind of cool. Yes. Crustacean Mutant. This will be fun. Also, I'm pretty sure that the guy... Oh! Speaking of the Jellicoe, that's the Jellicoe shield right there. The final fight is actually against a super dragon. So you would have seen a super version of this dragon anyways, because he does use a super Saurian. I was not expecting him to go forward. I was expecting him to use his breath weapon there. I should have figured that. Yeah, most of these fights are going to be me taking advantage of their breath weapon, because they have a higher breath stat than I do. A higher special. Playing outside, he's doing a lot more physical damage than I'm doing. Ouch. Need him to use his breath weapon again. Granted, I'm still winning, but if I get hit too many more times. I can't deflect anymore, so I just gotta hope that he burns out his freaking shield. Or burns out his specials. Oops. Don't know what I did there. So yeah, now that I'm rank 2, that means only 2 more battles left to go, and then I'm like, woo! We'll rest to the next day, we'll save the gummage. We'll see if Paulo has anything cool. We don't need wisdom seeds at this point. Iron and Vigor would help. Or Vigor. Vigor, Vigor, Vigor. You can never go wrong with more muscle. Especially if you're gonna be freaking meleeing things to death. How much is it to trade super? I think it's like 500 or something. Or it's still 100. I thought it was much higher than that. Alright, let's do another one of these real quick. Said it's at its maximum potential at this time. So basically, I just wasted $100. So I can't. I actually never got that message before. I didn't realize there was a cap, which means I can only increase its strength via frickin' the junk shop. Well, here we go. 3 o'clock. So you might remember this guy. He's the guy that asks you what your name is. He's the guard at the gate. He is using a super Nutra. And he is obviously the WDC #1. You're either brave or foolish. Let's go. Yeah. Now, I can't remember the name of that shield or that weapon. But as you can tell, this guy looks a lot like Stamina. And that's because Stamina is, in fact, a super version of a Nutura. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Kind of sounds like my dragon saying "damn it" whenever he gets hit. Also, I believe that the sword he's using is the fire element sword from the junk shop. There's actually 2 of each element. I can't remember if I got the better of the 2 electric ones. Could you do that one more time, please? Because I'm pretty sure I can kill you with your own breath weapon. Also, I like how the Nutura's humanoid version looks like a samurai of sorts. Whoop. Well, I could have killed you with your own friggin' breath weapon had you actually used it when I wanted you to. Really? So yeah, that's a super version of the Nutura. Or a nature, or rather, not Nutura. It's not a nutrition dragon. You might go all the way! You must leave the city now. Farewell. See? You got him frickin' so depressed he has to leave the city and not show his face ever again. Alright, rest. Next day. Save. Because yay. So we had a little bit of a rough start at the very beginning of this run. Just due to the fact that I was having difficulty with like money and shit like that. But now we've gotten a good flow here. So what are the odds of me being able to beat the final guy? I'd say average. And neither one of those is helpful. Because I'm pretty sure I've already polished my freaking weapon, and I don't use breath weapons enough to warrant freaking building up the number that I can currently use. Okay, we'll check the junk shop one more time, save it, and then go into the final boss fight. What you got? Polish and Ironweed. I can go for a little bit of extra HP, why not? $600 HP. We're going to save, and then we're going to fight against the final guy. Like I said, he has a Super Saurian as well. It is supposed to be the same dragon that you fought at the beginning. That was actually a senior. So that's always fun. This guy comes out and taunts you when you agree to battle. Yep. Orti. That's the name of the dude. Can't remember this guy's name. No backing out now! This guy will kill your dragon if you let him. So yeah, this is the final boss of the WDC. Oh wait, no, this is the winged Surian that he uses. So yeah, this is the winged Surian's super. So yeah, the winged Surian turns into a goddamn pixie. I think it's kind of neat it uses the Jalico shield, because I totally forgot about that. I thought he used a Saurian champion. One of the dragons that I tend to lose against ends up being the super version of the beetle. Also, again, freaking kick-ass music for a fight. I was hoping that she'd do the taunt at least once. Oh shit. Come on, do your special again. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Ah, God damn it. I need him to use his special again. There we go. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, this is going to be a loss. Alright. My dragon's not dead, but that kind of sucked. So yeah, we're going to have to freaking visit the junk shop a lot. Because keep in mind that I don't have any special weapons or anything. Well, I do, but I just don't have it's like I don't have anything special to do here. Hey, let's try this again. Not much has changed, so my dragon has never lost a championship. Yeah, well, that's going to change here in a minute. Also, once you beat this guy, he never shows up again. So yeah, this is the dragon I thought he used. I was not expecting him to use the winged Saurian, but this is the dragon that I thought he was going to use. But at least you get to see the super version of a winged Saurian as well. I don't know why they had him have a different dragon last time. That's kind of weird. Yeah, he's using the ice special weapon that you can get from the junk shop. There you go. I have more than twice your health now. need you to use your special when I'm using my reflector. Please and thank you. I said when I'm using my reflector, not when you decide to frickin' cheap shot me. There we go. Not quite the win I wanted, but a win is a win is a win is a win. Awazanek. It says that he'll return. He does not. Ever. Awazanak was thought invincible. When his era ended, new and unknown champions began to battle for the mantle of supremacy. New dragon sages arise. Wild dragons are captured in the forests. Breeding and training generate new challengers. New heroes emerged. The World Dragon Council began to unfold. A new and exciting era of dragon battles. I'm reading this weird. The new elite successful dragon sages and champion dragons will live forever in the memory of the people. This is a good game. I recommend to anybody who has access to a PlayStation or PlayStation 2 to try this game. Corbo! Here's your win-loss record. You lost twice, won 70 times, killed 58% of your... Not 58%, 58 of your dragons that you fought against. Dragon Sage. Me! So yeah, no ending credits. At all. None. Just goes right straight back to here. So, Corbo! 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 He is the champion forever, and he'll keep on fighting till the end. Because he is Corbo. Actually, hold on. Because he is Corbo. Yes, he is Corbo. He beat all the dragons. Now he's getting frozen. I'm doing this because I'll eventually need the equipment for my next dragon. Yes. Yep. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to deposit this little dude. Stamina. See, he's a Nutura B. Nope, I'm good. So now we get to do the cloning thing all over again. Clone. Now I mentioned that you get Saurian, Winged Saurian, Beetle, Wasp, Crustacean, Natura. Here's Spirit, and here's Evil. Let's see. Armageddon isn't here. Because why not? Oh, look, I gave birth to a door. It could either be a door or a coffin. I'll get one of the two. Well, this dragon seems to be a bit on the fast side. Yes. Let's see. Trying to think of a good name. We'll go with that. I want something that sounded more female because the super form is female. All right. Let's do HP and muscle again. Come back in 24 hours. Excellent. We're gonna see if we're gonna get a door or if we're gonna get a thing. Let's just rest 2 days because there was almost nighttime when I went to deal with the baby. There's Ree. Let's see. Coffin a door. Coffin a door. Aw, it's a baby door. So yeah, I've probably mentioned this before, but all the evil dragons look like inanimate objects. So in this case, I got a door. I like how his special attack is still higher than the muscle. His speed's actually pretty good. Look at that. So a rather well-rounded little dragon here. And he's a storm type, so a different element. Well, they, because I keep referring to it as a he, but it turns into a female at the end. So let's see. Jewel Dagger. Because that's actually the best weapon for the babies. And let's see. I can't remember what the best weapon is for this, but equip that. And yeah, we're gonna go and visit the junk shop one time before I save this and end this stream. So, balls. Okay, we're gonna do it a second time because I want to see if he actually has anything good. Don't disappoint me. Okay. Breath up, and we'll just give this a bit of a polish, because why not? Alright, so, outside the breath up that I don't need, this is basically what we got. So, if I stream this again, we will be working with this lovely little thing. Nice little evil door. So, savage. Overwrite save data. Everyone say bye-bye, Destra. We'll see you next stream, if I stream this again. So bye, Destra. We'll see you later.